Hello and welcome to this video. I just want to say before this video starts, I'd recommend watching part 1 and part 2 before, this video. It not necessarily makes you have to watch it, but it's more or less like it would make more sense and it will leave out spoilers. Also, if you haven't watched part 2, one of the matchups I did was me versus Inkling, which I completely changed my mind now. I think me wins by far. Like last time I said Inkling won, and I said it was close. And now, as I do more information and research and I know more things, this is not close. So, yeah, with that out of the way, let's get with the video. Hey guys, it is part 3 of this series. I don't know. This is the final part though. I said I was gonna do 3 parts, and yeah, I might do more parts in the future if like round 2 happens, but supposing that will probably happen in a year or two, it won't happen on this channel for about a year or two. So let's just yeah. Um and yeah, nothing more to say about this. Let's just get on with it. Last time we had me versus Inkling, the Coupling battle, Zelda versus Pyra and Mithra, Richard versus Ike, King DDD versus King K. Rool rematch, and Palutena versus Byleth. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. So, there's that, by the way, if you want to look at it. Yeah, okay. So, now for the first match, Dark Samus versus Dark Pit. Oh my boy, oh boy. I like this matchup a lot, and this is one of my most, hyped matchups. Like, I really want to see this. But I don't know. I think this is pretty one sided for the most part. Similar to Samus versus Pit, from my understanding, Dark Pit is like not even much better than Pit. I'm pretty sure he's considered more experienced in some parts and a bit stronger, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure Pit is considered the better Pit. I guess I don't know. Dark Samus, I would assume would be just a stronger version of Samus. Not necessarily assume, but would preform, I guess. I don't freaking know what the right word there is, but yeah. Dark Samus, it's pretty much just Samus, but better in most parts. I would stronger armor. I would assume probably faster. I haven't really done on scale parts with Samus and Dark Samus. They're probably about the same, to be honest. And also on top of that, Dark Samus can clone herself and also do phase on type stuff, like phase through things and whatever. And yeah, there's not really anything Dark Samus has a disadvantage on, other than if the armor breaks, that's the end. Like there's no Zero Suit Dark Samus. So yeah, and it wouldn't really kill Dark Samus. It would just kind of put him out of the fight, which technically is another way of saying that's the end of the fight. I'd probably choose a little bit more on Dark Samus because that's just the yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty one sided. But yeah, let's just move on. Peach versus Chrome. Now I feel like when people think of this fight, they are gonna be like, "This is such an easy win for Chrome. This is not even a close competition. Gosh, I can't wait for this." Okay, no, really, I really think this is not as close, as one sided as a lot of people would assume it would be. I think this is actually a pretty good and even fight. So yeah, yeah. So to start off simple, let's just go on with Peach because I think it's gonna be pretty close there. But Peach has emotion powers. So not only can she use her own stuff, um, the superpowers, the Invincibility Star, all the power ups that Mario and Luigi can use. But she also has her own emotion power ups that are pretty busted in the most cases here. So yeah, like I said before, the power ups are all easily available to her that she can easily just use. So yeah, that also includes Mario Party and also Mario Kart items. So there's that. Plus, she has the Zone Speed, which is makes her not only way faster, but her reaction speed also a lot better. So people won't say, "Oh my God, Chrome is just so much faster." Yeah, no, it's not necessarily one sided. And yeah, so let's just talk about the superpowers that she has. So all of them do completely different things. Not necessarily. Some of them are kind of similar, but yeah. Starting off with the crying one, it just makes her faster. I'm pretty sure it also will freeze things depending on the temperature, and also will, like, if she was like on a river, for example, it will overflow the river. I mean, I guess that's a pretty cool battle, but I'm pretty sure the battle is taking place at Peach's castle, so I don't think either of these will be applied here. But it's cool to know still. The angry one makes her stronger and creates a flame around her. The stronger one just literally just says as it is. She's just stronger, and the flame thing just completely. It's not necessarily a shield per se, but it's a way where she can hit her opponents plus get like a flame around her, and also a good way for if the opponents attacked her, she would have at least some protection there. Um, the happy one, I would assume that's happy. I don't freaking know. It just heals herself and just gets everything a little bit more buffed up. Nothing too crazy, but it is actually pretty overpowered since she can use multiple of these during a round. So it did. I don't remember if it heals herself from her scent. I'm pretty sure it just heals herself slowly. So that's pretty cool. And the last one, it just creates a tornado. I don't know how this applies to any emotions. I don't even know what the difference between the last two are. But yeah, it just creates a tornado. It's pretty overpowered because it can break blocks and stuff. But yeah, nothing too much crazy about that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I said before, Mario Kart items are also available here, which I don't think they would change that much. The only ones I think that are pretty overpowered are obviously the ones that are not really Mario Kart items. They're just there because they're Mario items, and like the star, the fire flower, the boo, all of those kind of stuff. But things like the horn might be overpowered and stuff, and the bomb, obviously. So yeah. If I'm gonna be honest, I think this is a good win for Peach. From my understanding of Chrome, he isn't the strongest Fire Emblem character, nowhere near that. If not, I think he's considered one of the weakest ones. And Peach, she has speed on her side. She has so many different powers and abilities, from, making herself 20 times stronger, from making herself so much faster, all the way to healing herself back to 100%. I think this fight is generally a close one in most parts, since Chrome is a Fire Emblem character and already gets super busted stats. So yeah, I think this fight would either way be close. So yeah, let's move on. There's an update for you guys, just so you can, you know, look at it. Okay, let's continue. So for this next one, I wanted to be kind of crazy. So I chose Corn versus Bayonetta. Nothing too crazy here. Well, actually, it is quite crazy of a matchup. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in my head. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty one-sided fight for most parts. I think Corn is pretty tough in her own ways. Plus the water stuff with the water dragon and all that. I think it is quite busted. But Bayonetta, she just has so much bullcrap that I necessarily don't think there's just so much Corn can do about it. She can stop time. She has demons like left and right. She can pull a demon out of her socks if she wanted to. Um, uh, she could shoot people. I don't know. I remember doing research about this, but this is one of the matchups I just generally like think it's one sided completely. So yeah, this is yeah. All right, there's an update for you guys. There's that. All right, now we have the next one. Daisy versus Roy. Wow, that's like three Fire Emblem characters in a row. Now I feel like a lot of people would assume this is one sided, especially since Daisy has not a lot of feats to go off by, which is fair because Daisy's not really in the mainline games, other than Mario Wonder. So a lot of people would say, if this matchup comes out before Mario Wonder, then it's probably going to be a Roy win. But if this matchup comes after Mario Wonder, then it's going to be a Daisy win. I don't know. No. Okay, from my understanding, Roy's not only one of the least experienced Fire Emblem characters, but also probably one of the weakest. There's that. Let's go on with the next thing. Daisy. Daisy, it's kind of crazy. So, as you can see here, she's able to send Bowser all the way to the stars with a whack. And comparing the size and weight of Bowser and how fast he went to the stars, that's pretty freaking crazy. That he's like Bowser's 3,000 pounds plus, and Daisy's just able to just Superman punch into the stars, and it creates this weird star thing. I necessarily don't think it's like saying that like Bowser's in the stars. I'm assuming what Nintendo's trying to show is that it's a constellation, kind of like the similar thing to was it Yoshi? It was something like that. It was someone like that. But yeah, I either way though, sending Bowser to the stars is, to say the least, crazy. Okay, so their strength. Obviously, she has the speed feat, and Mario has ACs, making her pretty fast, and her reaction speed pretty fast as well. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is a win for Daisy. Don't get me wrong, I like Roy. No, I don't. I don't even like Roy at all. But I think this fight could. I think it's fight this. I think this fight is close. But the thing is, I just don't know enough about Roy. From my understanding, he's one of the weakest Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers. Not ever. That, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of weaker ones, and yeah, and Daisy, just that feat of sending Bowser to the stars. Yeah, it's crazy. The only thing that Daisy needs at this point is power ups, which will definitely be applied in the next Mario game, which is probably why a lot of people said if Daisy comes out before Mario Wonder. Yeah, but I think it's just safe to assume that Daisy has the other items from Mario Party, Mario Kart, and those other Mario games. So she may not get the full majority of them, but she's going to get a lot. We have Bowser Jr. vs. Pichu next, which, if going off by their video games alone, this is a pretty one sided fight for Bowser Jr. This is not even remotely close. Then giving the anime to Pichu, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is generally a lot closer, but let's just talk about it for a second. Yeah. Um, well, let's just say here. Well, Bowser Jr. is, like I said before in the previous episode, episode 2, I said Bowser Jr. is quite durable, being living explosions and far length drops that would kill anyone. And also, it's like over thousands of feet from what I remember, something like that. Someone can please, that'd be pretty sick. Um, Plus, on top of that, he has the clown cart, and the magic broom paintbrush thingy. I don't freaking know. Magic broom. Um, uh, but I think I just want to point out here. There's a lot of things I completely did not know about that paintbrush that I do know now. That makes me even think this is more one sided than it was before. Well, obviously not the video game version, but you get my point. He can create portals, which I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty busted. It's not necessarily assuming, like, I don't know how that exactly works or if that's canon and all, but creating portals wherever you want is, yep. And also he can create items with the paintbrush in Mario Fury, where he just does like a weird splashy, and then he spawns out in an item, which is pretty busted on its own. Creating items out of will is pretty good. But yeah, there's nothing. I just don't think there's anything more I could say here. I think this is a pretty good win for Bowser Jr.'s case. Like Pichu, from my understanding, he could just knock himself out of the fight if he does a strong enough hit, which I'm pretty sure Bowser Jr. is tanky enough to withstand that. So it just either way, Bowser Jr. just finishes off Pichu himself, or Pichu puts him out of the fight. So yeah, let's move on. Luigi versus Simon. Wow, we have so many Mario matchups. Like, geez. Thing about this is, I think this is probably one of the most one-sided fights we had in this bracket, this episode. Yeah. This is an easy one for Luigi. Let's just get it off easy real quick. Luigi can not only not create items, but use items. He has electric abilities, which I don't think will do that much, but it is spicy. So, yeah. He has the obviously he has like things like crazy strengths and crazy speeds and crazy durabilities that will make any Simon Belmont crap his pants. But probably the most craziest thing of them all is his poltergeist. I'm just kidding. It's not his craziest thing, but it is quite crazy because it could pull things that shouldn't have been pulled. So, like, I don't know, he could technically speaking take out the weapons of Simon, and that's it. Simon, what is he gonna do now? um, but probably the most craziest thing to know about Luigi necessarily isn't his items, isn't his feats, but is that he can win doing nothing. Okay, okay. I don't know. This is a pretty easy one for most cases. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just move on. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. I can't believe it. For the next matchup, we have Cloud versus Hero, which this is the hero I chose back in part one. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, you should probably watch it. But anyways, if you did watch part one, you recall me saying that it doesn't matter what hero I think will win because I think it doesn't matter because I think either way Cloud takes the victory here. Cloud, like Sephiroth, is pretty busted. Can do things like tons of magic capabilities, is crazy strength and speed and durability feats and all that. That's pretty busted. Hero, I do admit, has pretty busted magic abilities and experience as well. So I do think it's a lot closer than I originally thought it was. But I still think this is a pretty easy win for Cloud's case. So yeah, let's move on. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We have three matchups left. Starting off with the next one, being by far my most wanted matchup to date, Bowser versus Donkey Kong. Not necessarily for any in particular reason. I just love Bowser so freaking much. And I know this is going to be an easy win for Bowser. Yep. Okay, let me explain myself here. Donkey Kong durability isn't great. Okay, it's on the same scale as Mario characters, but Bowser, that man is crazy. That dude can lift things that like Sephiroth would dream to live on. Plus on more scale things, he has so much freaking mechanic stuff. Like he has his ships, he has technology for days, he has tons of items to mention, like the dice one. Like what the frick is that? Um, and probably some more busted things like the power ups thing. He can, from my understanding, he can use a good majority of the Mario items. Like for example, the double cherries. Yeah, Bowser can just multiply himself, and on top of that, he can transform. Dry Bowser after he's killed. I necessarily don't know exactly how that works. I'm pretty sure there's a spell on him. I don't know if it lasts forever, but I'm pretty sure it does. So correct me if I'm wrong, please. And um, he can Big Bowser. Um, uh, there's many more examples I'm putting on the screen right now, but yeah, you can see my point here. I'm pretty sure this is also another really easy win, but yeah, either way, I'm very excited to see this matchup happen. So yeah, and now we have Mario versus Mega Man rematch, aka the final rematch, aka the second to final battle of the bracket, or I guess round one. I guess I don't know. Thing is, this is a good matchup because I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it more than Mario versus Sonic, to be honest. I like it a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They kind of did my boy Mario dirty in like the original. Like man. But let's just talk it over here. Mario's speed goes crazy. It just goes crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Um, being able to dodge lightning, multiple counts of that as well. Plus, we know he has the reaction speed to control that. So I'm pretty sure he can go faster than light, and he can assumingly dodge more than that as well. So yeah, he's strong, very very strong, lifting castles in the sky and punting them. He's durable as Honk. That's probably his most impressive thing yet. His durability. being able to withstand things most Mega Mans wouldn't. And probably another really busted thing about him is his items. He usually keeps a lot, and he can actually keep infinite amount with the glove. I don't know, remember his color. It's just a glove of something in the Mario and Luigi games, but he can keep an infinite amount of items that just makes him so much more busted. Like he can have infinite amount of stars. Just to put that on online, Mega Man would have nothing to counter that. Plus Mario's items do go hard. Like he has the hammer. He has, like I said, the Infinity Glove, or not Infinity Glove. That's the Marvel, different thing. But you know the Infinity thingy, and he has other examples of things as well. I'm putting on the screen. But yeah, Mega Man, he's not too bad himself. He has pretty impressive strengths, speeds, durabilities, but I just don't think he compares. He just doesn't. He doesn't. So yeah, that's a pretty easy win for my man Mario. And we have our final fight of today and our final fight of the bracket: Shulk versus Isaac. The reason why I left it for last is because not only is this a pretty big matchup, but it's also like kind of weird because Isaac's not in Smash Brothers, and so it'd be kind of weird if they just put Isaac earlier on. I do think this will be one of the last ones either way, but I don't think it will be the last one. I just did it for last for safekeepings. Okay, not gonna lie, this fight is crazy. I knew zero things about either characters other than their abilities, like the Monano, future predicting, and the glove guy. But for the most part, I literally knew zero things about them. But as going off by them now, it is crazy how I think this is going to be an easy Shulk win. No, don't get me wrong. Isaac is pretty overpowered, and some things I do think he does better. Like, obviously, I feel like the experience does go to Isaac. Not by a lot, though. They're both pretty experienced in their own ways. Also, it seems like Isaac's a bit faster. It's hard to tell with some characters, and Shulk is definitely a hard character to tell. Um, but for the most part, Shulk I think has this in the bag. He's incredibly strong, like more stronger than I ever thought he was. He's also like the predicting thing. Like it could be 1 minute from now all the way up to like multiple days. It's kind of busted how powerful that is, and I think that alone will carry him to a win. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Check out Smash Bracket. Go check it out. Their channel will be in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to them already, please do. Help them out. Help until 100K. I don't think this video is going to change anything. But hey, let's do it. And yeah, hope you guys like this video. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go. So.